A man locked away in an asylum, racked by hallucinations, painted a sky so turbulent that scientists now say it contains hidden laws of the universe, decades before anyone else could see them. The Starry Night is not just a vision of beauty, it's a coded cry from the edge of sanity, a cosmic storm painted by a mind unraveling. But there's a secret lurking in the painting's darkest shape, the cypress tree. What did Van Gogh bury inside that silhouette, and why does it haunt the canvas like a shadow from another world? The cypress tree dominates the left side of the Starry Night, its dark mass shooting skyward like a black flame. Van Gogh didn't paint what he saw out his window. He painted what he remembered and what he felt. Cypress trees in the Mediterranean are symbols of mourning and the afterlife, often planted in graveyards, their shapes stretching toward eternity. Van Gogh knew this. He wrote to his brother Theo, "I want to paint cypresses. Still, I find them as beautiful as an Egyptian obelisk." Yet the cypress here is not placid. It's a violent thrust, clawing into the swirling chaos above, painted with knife-edge strokes of thick, almost sculpted impasto. It's more than a tree, it's an axis, a bridge between earth and sky, life and death. But if the tree is a question, the answer lies in the village below, sleeping under that hypnotic, whirling night. The village, nestled beneath the storm of stars, is an island of calm precision. Each rooftop, each window, each wall is painted with careful, measured strokes, a world of order in the midst of cosmic turmoil. There's a church steeple stabbing upward, a detail that never existed in the real St. Remy outside Van Gogh's window. He invented it. Some say this was a subconscious plea for faith, a longing for sanctuary amid mental collapse. Others see it as a symbol of hope, a slender needle pointing heavenward as the sky threatens to swallow the ground. But notice, in the midst of this tranquil village, there are no people. No figures move in the streets or glow behind the windows. It is a ghost town, frozen beneath a sky that churns with madness. Is this the world Van Gogh wished for? Peace and order forever out of reach? Or is it a memory of a world he feared he'd lost? The answer is in the sky itself, where chaos reigns in colors that should never sit beside each other. Above the sleeping village, the sky is alive, furiously, impossibly alive. Swirls of blue, white, and gold twist and collide, forming spirals that pulse with energy. For decades, art lovers called it expressionist, dreamlike, visionary. Then in 2006, physicists made a shocking discovery. When they analyzed the patterns in Van Gogh's sky, they found mathematical signatures of fluid turbulence, the same chaotic movement seen in storms, galaxies, and rivers. The equations describing this phenomenon didn't even exist until 1941, more than 50 years after Van Gogh's death. Yet his brush captured them instinctively, as if he could see the invisible laws behind nature's wildest forces. The moon glows with an alien intensity, and each star radiates in concentric halos, creating a rhythm that pulls the viewer into a hypnotic vortex. Was Van Gogh seeing the universe as it is, or as it felt inside his fractured mind? The painting pulses with a power no one can explain, a vivid echo of the storm raging in the man who created it. Van Gogh painted the Starry Night while locked in the St. Remy asylum, recovering from the infamous night when he cut off part of his own ear. He was unstable, haunted by fits of depression and mania, yet in his letters to Theo, he described the view as a great starlit vault of heaven, both terrifying and comforting. The thick, urgent brushstrokes, so heavy the paint stands off the canvas, aren't just technique. They're evidence of a physical struggle, a desperate attempt to wrest beauty out of torment. Some modern psychologists see in the painting's oscillating energy a portrait of bipolar disorder. The sky thrashes, the village rests. But Van Gogh himself clung to the stars for solace. He wrote, "Why, I ask myself, shouldn't the shining dots of the sky be as accessible as the black dots on the map of France?" For him, the stars were not just distant suns. They were destinations, promises, perhaps even escape hatches from pain. But if the painting is a cry for help, it's a strangely coded one, full of symbols most viewers never notice. Look closer and symbols begin to emerge, hidden among the brushstrokes. The exaggerated crescent moon isn't astronomically accurate for the time of painting. It's oversized, possibly reflecting Van Gogh's fascination with the mystical. his obsession with the night as a gateway to the infinite. The church steeple's impossible height and dark shape could double as a warning. Faith is present, but so is judgment. The rhythmic alternation of light and shadow across the hills may be more than landscape. It could be Van Gogh's coded confession of his own internal battle between hope and despair, a struggle mapped in paint for anyone who knows how to read it. And the cypress? In some cultures, cypress trees were said to connect this world and the next. By placing it at the heart of the painting's turmoil, Van Gogh might have been hinting at his own longing for release, or even his premonition of an early death. But there's another layer. Van Gogh's letters reveal he tracked the positions of stars and planets obsessively. Was he embedding a secret celestial map, a personal zodiac into the work? No one knows for sure. The clues are there, but the code remains locked. Yet the Starry Night did not become famous in Van Gogh's lifetime. He sold only one painting before his death. Anonymity was his only reward. After his suicide at 37, the painting languished in obscurity, a relic of a failed artist. Today, it's one of the most reproduced images in the world, splashed across mugs, t-shirts, album covers, and even scientific textbooks. In 2015, astrophysicist Donald G.K. Smith used the Starry Night to teach students about turbulent flow, proving Van Gogh's vision had anticipated discoveries in physics. The painting's swirling sky has inspired not just artists, but writers, musicians, and even the architects of psychedelic culture. Yet the man who painted it never saw its fame, never guessed his visual storm would become a universal symbol of wonder, and of suffering transformed into beauty. How did a mind on the edge change the way we see the cosmos? The answer might be that only someone who has seen the void can paint it with such truth. The Starry Night is more than a painting. It's a paradox frozen in oil. It dares us to look up, not just with our eyes, but with our fears and hopes. Its night is eternal, the storm never ending, the stars forever just out of reach. Van Gogh's legacy is not fame, or beauty, or madness alone. It's the power of a single vision to change how we see ourselves beneath the heavens. The cypress tree, the ghost village, the swirling sky, they're not just elements of a landscape. They're fragments of a mind that tried to bridge earth and eternity, order and chaos, love and loneliness. So, what secret did the cypress hold for Van Gogh? It's the axis of longing, a dark flame reaching for release. The artist's own shadow, stretching into the storm. But here's the twist. Recent analysis of the paint reveals that Van Gogh used a rare, unstable pigment, chrome yellow, that fades and shifts over decades. The Starry Night you see today is not the one Van Gogh painted. The sky was once even more electric, the stars even more violent. The painting, like its creator, is slowly changing, fading, unraveling, a cosmic storm that, even as it endures, is slipping away from us. The mystery of the Starry Night is not only why Van Gogh painted it, but why we cannot stop looking. Perhaps it's because, in its swirling depths, we glimpse the unanswerable questions of our own existence. Where do we go when the night closes in? What connects us to the stars? And can beauty be born from the darkest storms of the soul? Stare into those whirls of midnight, and you realize Van Gogh gave us not just a painting, but a mirror. The stars are not waiting, they are calling.